What's up, YouTube? Sam Brown back again with a video. I want to say it right now before I forget or get too late in the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, you know, all the good stuff. Hit that red button at the bottom. Hit that thumbs up button at the bottom, just so that YouTube can know exactly how things are going over here on this channel. First off, I want to start off by saying a thank you to my man Trey Sense for the shout out. I appreciate you. I want to thank my man Mr. Chief Sense for always shouting me out as well. Bro Sense, all you guys, man, I appreciate the love, man. I got one of the biggest compliments I could get from another review of my man Trey Sense, man. And I appreciate you, brother. All right. My scent of the day, as you've seen in the intro, is by Dunhill. I'm sort of a fan of Dunhill, man. They have some really dope scents. That's cheapies, all right, and some of them are slept on. Today I'm wearing 51.3 North, which is the coordinates of the location for which this fragrance was made. Speaking of the fragrance, you know, you got top notes of like rhubarb. You got some grapefruit, and you got some type of, it says some type of like ozone accord or something. But then the mids, you got that black pepper, red pepper, lavender, some cedar, and then it really do dry down to a nice, soft, creamy vanilla because of the sandalwood and the vanilla that's at the backbone or the base of the scent. At the top, you get that rhubarb, but it's like a sparkling rhubarb because they added that grapefruit in on top of it. After about that 3 to 4 hour mark, or 2 to 3 hour mark, you start that lavender starts to poke his head. The lavender and that cedar starts to poke his head. It's kind of a woody scent, but it starts to come out a little bit more. And then, like I said, that dry down, it comes down to that really smooth and creamy vanilla. Not sweet, not overly sweet. It's a delightful scent. This can definitely be a signature scent, without a problem. I mean, it's just getting harder to come by now. So if you can find it, I suggest going ahead and getting it. Or at least put your nose on it if you can. It's something really, it's something special. I had it for a good little while now and never really worn it, maybe twice. This is the second time I actually wore this fragrance in the 2.5 years that I had it. So it is what it is. Again, as a collector, you start to have an overabundance of fragrances, and you can't wear all of them. As a matter of fact, I'm letting everybody know now. I know a lot of people have been looking at my Facebook page and my Instagram page. There's a lot more to come, and there's nothing in my catalog or my collection that I'm not willing to part ways with for a decent price. I don't got sucker written on my forehead, so please don't try it. All right, but anyway, there's nothing in my collection that's that precious where I won't part ways with it. You know. Another thing that my man Trey Sense said, that after looking at some of the things that I put on Instagram, he was like, "Man, you got some bangers." I started early in the game, man, some years ago. I don't even remember when my first video was, but it was some time ago, and I was trying to keep up with the Joneses, man, and it gets you in some deep water, you know. And that's something I don't plan on going back doing, purchasing all that stuff. And again, like I said before, it's just the creativity sometimes is gone in the game. Like I don't know if it's the way the governments are in different countries and how they are not allowing people to use certain things, or it's just they trying to copy one another and they coming up with the same crap over and over and over again. It's just a retread. there's nothing new and wilding or different in the fragrance game, you know. And that's something that's kind of hard for me to justify spending any money on, when basically I can go from one company to the next and get the same exact fragrance, just in a different company. So I'm trying to slow down on the buying and trying to, in the process, get rid of some of the things that I haven't worn. People might want or might treasure more than I do. So there's nothing that's not available, or should I say, or that I'm gonna hold on to for dear life. Everything's up for grab. Even my Creed Aventus, everything's up for grab for the right price, man. I mean, I don't mind sitting on it as well. I do love my fragrances, but it is what it is, man. Like, I'm not going that way, going all the way to that point where no, this mine's. I'm holding on to this. Nah. If somebody cherishes something more than you, feel free, man. Sometimes you gotta bless somebody for you to be blessed. So, anyway, again, my fragrance of the day was by Dunhill, and it was 51.3 North or N. A good woody scent, a signature scent. Rhubarb at the top with some grapefruit, lavender and cedar in the middle with some black pepper, and sandalwood and vanilla at the base. And you pretty much get all the notes. It's a good blended scent. Alright? About 3 to 5 solid hours of longevity. But again, I live by that saying, just respray the damn thing, that's all. Alright, and as far as what I watched last night, I watched I'm reviewing the reviewers, what I'm gonna call this segment now. Reviewing the reviewers. I actually watched TLTG do his thing. He had a haul video, and he also had a part 2 of the alternative fragrances to the expensive ones. So he did a part 2 of that. I watched that. A lot of stuff that he brought forth was by Central Obsessions, as well as alt fragrances. Then I watched my man Mr. Cheap Scents, always doing his thing. He actually fooled me yesterday too, cause he had like he had his hand out, and I only got the picture at the time. I didn't see that it was a whole video. He had his hand out saying like how he his scent of the day, and in the meanwhile he was just hiding out in the equipment closet, and I had a brain fart where I thought that he was in the hospital, forgetting that he was actually in the hospital, but he works there. And then of course I watched my man my man Trey Sense, who again shouted out me and some other reviewers. Again, I want to thank you, my brother. Bro Sense, I see you out there. Keep working. The more and more you do things, the better off you're going to be. It's like if you take, like that old saying, you take your pants leg and you take your pants and you put your pants on with your right leg 7 straight times. After that 7 straight times, it become natural, and it's just you start to go with it. So you're on your way, man. Keep it up. My man Matt down there in Georgia Sense, or Georgia Gents, you're doing well as well, man. So I want to shout out all the fragrance reviewers, man. Let's keep this community strong. Let's not bicker and fight amongst each other, man. Like, help one another. Alright? It's your boy Sam Broom. I'ma sign off. Deuce.